G'day, my name's Matthew Mamby. I'm Chief Officer ACTF&R Rescue, and I'm at the scene of the recycling fire at Hume. At 22:42 we received a AAA call to a fire at this facility, and at 22:57 our first units arrived and reported that there was fire. They did have to make entry at the back of the facility behind me. They found a working fire outside the building, but it had spread to inside the building, and they got to work with 70mm hose lines in an offensive strategy. At 23:10 other units had arrived by that time, but the fire had taken hold and they had to change to defensive operations, so they abandoned the building and fought the fire from outside. We didn't achieve fire control until much earlier this morning, around 6 o'clock. There is still some material burning in there, and that will be the case because there's about 150 tonnes of waste. Units in attendance included both our aerial appliances, our compressed air foam appliances, which you can see behind me, which is a specialist appliance that uses Class A foam as a wetting agent and assists in extinguishing heaped rubbish and mulch fires as well as interface fires. Do you have any questions of me?
Can you tell us what kinds of materials are in there and how dangerous it is when they do burn?
So mostly cardboard, recycled metal, so basically the stuff from your yellow top bin, so glass, metal cans and cardboard materials. So they're not, we treat all smoke as toxic because it's an occupational hazard of ours. We're continually exposed to it. Obviously inside there's plant and equipment including rubbers, diesel and things like that from the plant. So in terms of how dangerous it is, I wouldn't encourage people to get in the smoke plume, but we have done plume modelling. Prevailing winds are going to be from the northeast switching to the northwest. So people in Jerrabomber, Tralee, etc., if they have a respiratory condition, should remain indoors. Also if it swings around to the northwest, people in Narrabundah, same routine. But the smoke by then is fairly dilute. You can see behind me that it is picking up a little bit. We'll enter active firefighting operations again soon when we have the plant to break up the piles of material.
Is there petroleum-based plastics in there, and how dangerous is that?
Yeah, all plastics have some petroleum basis, but at the moment they're not a hazard to us insofar as fire goes, but they will continue to off-gas, which is why our people use respiratory protection in the form of breathing apparatus or other masks depending on the hazard.
Can you explain why firefighters will be around for the next few days and what they'll be doing, procedures of recovery?
Sure. Look, these fires take a lot of effort to put out. The fire penetrates into the pile, so we've got about 150 tonne of material. We have to break that open and get firefighting medium, mostly water at this point in time, in there to wet it down. So we'll be using loaders to remove the material out into clear air. We will thoroughly wet it. We'll then move it out and spread it out to make sure it doesn't reignite, and just from stored latent heat. And once we're happy that it's out, we will load it up and take it to landfill because it is damaged beyond the point of recycling.
So 6 odd hours to get it under control, that's a bit unusual, isn't it, really?
It is, but we have to manage the safety of firefighters and the public, so not getting in amongst it is the safest thing we can do because of the toxins and also because of any structural hazards. You'll see that the building is significantly damaged and there's significant plant in there, so we don't want any of that falling on firefighters, and we certainly don't want to expose people to conditions that we don't have to. Basically, life, property and environment are our priorities in that order, and our lives count too.
Lithium-ion batteries have caused these sorts of random ignitions in these sorts of facilities in the past. Is that sort of something that you'll be looking at, you think, with fire investigators?
Oh, absolutely. We haven't ruled anything out at the moment, and there's any number of causes that could have contributed to this conflagration. Look, any battery storage, doesn't matter what the chemistry is, has potential energy stored in it, chemical energy, and that can be released if damaged. So I don't think we need to stampede towards a particular cause, and we're also informed by the operators who have great situational and industry knowledge that vaping products from vaping also have latent heat in them. So we're not ruling anything out, and an investigation will get as close as we can to the cause and origin.
I'm guessing the investigation will only commence once you've managed to really drag everything out and bring everything under control.
Yeah, well, it starts as soon as we get here by making observations about what we see, where the fire is, where it's spreading to, etc, etc. So we're always looking for cause and origin. However, the in-depth investigation will be conducted by ourselves and the AFP, and we'll be looking for the specific cause and origin. We do have some CCTV footage, and we think that will assist us because one of the 000 calls was from one of the staff of the plant who observed it on CCTV camera.
And it started, if I'm correct, at the southernmost end of the building, is that right? Or?
Yeah, so furthest point from me, basically, directly behind me on the other side of the building.
And is there any structural damage to the building that you can see?
Yeah, if you go around the other side, it's quite significantly heat impacted, and we'll be getting structural engineers to check before we commit people in there because, as I said, lots of heavy plant. The other thing I would point out is that operations had ceased more than 20 minutes before the 000 call arrived, so it is highly unlikely that it was related to any plant on scene.
Matt, when you're done there, I'll give you a sec. When you're done.
Right.